Hey, thanks guys for joining us for the update video. This one's going to be a bit different from our usual, the normal pre-edited, all that stuff just generally takes a lot of time and we're getting closer to completion. So we don't want to spend as much time on, videos. So we're going to try this little kind of free-form conversation update thing for a while. Let us know what you think, changes we could do. But yeah, we'll get into going through the update and any kind of stuff we want to talk about.
Just letting you know what we've been up to this month.
Yep. So we did a lot more. Light maps. We were using the new bakery plugin, which is different from the normal Unity plugin because it has GPU stuff, which I talked about in the last update. But really what that means is it just bakes faster. We can make a lot more iterations and get things cleaner, quicker. Mm-hmm. So we've got almost all of our areas basically done. We're going to make a lot more tweaks to, different shots and refining the colors a little bit. But overall, they're getting there. They're getting there.
Yep. I like them.
Let's see. We've also started beta testing. About 2 weeks ago, we grabbed all of our beta testing people on Kickstarter, and we just picked the first, 10 to 15 people. We sent out an email for beta testing, and we actually set it up on Steam, and we set up some feedback tools so they can send us bug reports, and we can kind of see some basic metrics about what computer they're using and everything, which is very helpful. Their general frame rate over kind of a period of time and everything. So that is really good. And so far it's been great for the beta testing. One of the fellas even recorded all of the gameplay and then uploaded it to YouTube, and we were able to watch that.
This is the first time our game has been played on a computer other than our own.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. It went swimmingly.
Mm-hmm. Some of the things that we've kind of found so far, there was a lot of little usability things, which we kind of, a lot of them we knew about, but it's great to see other people actually having problems with them, and so that we can actually verify that they need fixed. So we have a big list of little tiny things that need help, and then also there are some mechanics later in the game that we really haven't had a lot of people play. So it was great to have other people, have a larger number of people play the later mechanics so that we can tweak them and get them to be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes it's easy to, say there's a problem when one person has a problem with it, but really we shouldn't, jump to conclusions that it's an issue until multiple people run into that problem, because it could just be the way different people play the game. So, we can't fix everything, or we can't make it easy for everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, there's also been some other little things with the beta testing. Because we've been working on this game so long, there's a lot of little just even visual oddities that are just little stupid things that we ignore because we place it there because we're in a rush, and then we forget about it, and then we never look at it again. So then you have people pointing out little silly things that we've left in places that we're going to go through and fix. So that's always good to have kind of a nice list of things that we're forgetting about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And with every new round of playtesters, we're going to be able to iterate on that and just polish it more and more and more until it's where we need it to be.
Yeah. One of the other things that I was actually able to get up and running before we launched the beta was the options menu. So before since the beginning, we've had a kind of a crummy options menu that hasn't really been finished because we really didn't know what options we needed, and it was always kind of in a state of disarray, the options menu. So we finally sat down and we made an options menu that we like design-wise, and we really wanted to keep it simple, and we don't want to have a bunch of random options because we are trying to keep the options menu without text, which is very tricky. So we'll see how that goes. We may end up having to localize and put text in the options menu. We're not 100% sure about that yet. But yeah, so we decided what we wanted, and then Daniel and I sat down and designed the options menu, and we were able to get that in. One of the things that we did for the options menu is we did make it keyboard only, and that kind of works mostly because of controllers, because we've been implementing controllers. So we wanted to keep it working with controllers, and it was just easy to make it.
You just have it universal.
Yeah, universal for keyboard and controllers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The other things that we've been working on, Daniel has been working on the Kickstarter decals and brands.
Yeah, inputting. If you were a Kickstarter backer and you donated a certain tier, then you would get your name in the game or graphic design or something like that. So I've been working with a lot of the Kickstarter backers to implement those into the game. You know, make fake brands or make a piece of graffiti on a brick wall. That's been a lot of fun to put all those in there. A little challenging to kind of get it all to look realistic and not kind of out of place. So yeah, along with that, I've been doing the polish pass. So this is really exciting that I'm going through the entire game and making my final visual touches to it. So as soon as I'm finished making these final tweaks to each area, I have no excuse to ever touch the visuals again, which is a relief for me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a big step for us, because the visuals have always been a challenge. Obviously, I mean, it's a very visual intensive game, well, graphics intensive game. And so coming to the end of that road is very encouraging. So.
And one of the last things here is we ended up using a plugin called Rewired. And since I've been working on controllers, we had to basically support, like the main controllers, which are, the PlayStation controller, Xbox controller, maybe like Steam controller, stuff like that. Yeah. And so we ended up just going with this plugin on the Unity Asset Store called Rewired. And it's been great because it basically makes all of the buttons on the controller universal. So normally the buttons have different like IDs for the different brands of controllers. So the A button and the X button aren't necessarily the same between an Xbox and a PlayStation controller. And so this is just, it's great. It saved me a lot of time because it has kind of mapped all those buttons into universal inputs that then I can name and put kind of actions to those buttons. And then it's really helped me quickly put controller support in along with mouse and keyboard and everything, because you can also integrate mouse and keyboard inputs along with those controller inputs. And along with that, one of the other things that I've been doing is making kind of a virtual cursor. So our current kind of design for being able to play our puzzles with the controller is to have a virtual cursor. And so far, you would think just kind of from the outset that it might be kind of tedious with the controller, with a joystick trying to move a cursor. But so far, we've actually, we tend to pick up on it pretty quick, and it really wasn't that, it wasn't as hard as we thought.
Yeah, I played through the entire game with a controller, and it didn't really slow down my time at all.
So, I've been working on a virtual cursor that fixes that problem for the controllers being able to navigate puzzle mode. And let's see. I think
so
that's
that
about it.
Should be the update.
Mm-hmm.
This is just something we're trying out. We'll see how it goes. We are getting towards the end of development, which is awesome. The end is in sight. We're planning on doing numerous waves of beta testing to the Kickstarter backer tiers. So if that's you, then expect an email sometime. We'll let you know
Sometime in the future before the game comes out.
Yeah. At least the next wave of beta testing will, as soon as we're finished fixing all of the bugs and feedback that we've gotten from this last wave, and we make sure it's solid, because we want to make sure that we fix all the problems and then a little bit more, so that the next wave of beta testing is actually valuable for us, because we don't want duplicate feedback. So we want to make sure all that stuff's done. As soon as that's done, then we'll be doing the next wave.
Right. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the video down below. Follow us on all of our socials. If you have any questions, comment or email us on our website, or however you want to contact us. And that was the May update. So
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.